Hello everybody, it's Vaultboyhunter. Going over my cube. I'm to green now. So we're going to go through green. Again, going through creatures, instants, sorceries, enchantments in that order. And then in casting cost order, of course. So we'll go ahead and just work our way through. So starting out, the first one drop is Nettle Sentinel. Sorry, it's late. I was working on proxies and altars for a couple of hours, so I'm a little tired, but this is the quietest the house ever gets, so I have to record when I can. So, Nettle Sentinel, Jorga Tree Speaker for the ramp, pretty decent ramp card. Skargan Pick Skulk, so pretty much just creatures that are good in Stompy or green aggression decks. Experiment 1, this is a card that I thought should have saw more play. Probably my favorite Evolve card. Scattershot Archer for a little green anti-flyer. Hatred, I guess, or love. Blade Cover Scout, one of the few hexproof cards in the cube. Elvish Mystic for a little more ramp. Young Wolf, I like all the undying creatures that I can jam in here, except for maybe Butcher Ghoul. Doesn't seem all that great for black. And then Llanowar Elves for a little more ramp. Not a lot of green 1-drops. I think Wizards just basically has been pushing green towards 2-drops for anything besides ramp, and then even then they're going to ease off of 1-drops being ramp creatures, as seen by the fact that Elvish Mystic didn't get reprinted in Origins. Now I do have this card that I don't know what is. It's in Japanese. Brennan sent it to me, so I'm going to be adding it when I get to the 2-drop creatures, which are I'm going to go through right now. So, Scribe Ranger, flash protection from blue, and then it has the Quarian Ranger effect. So pretty decent card from Time Spiral block. Ash Coat Bear, on the other hand, it's just a flash Grizzly Bear. A bad card from Time Spiral block, but I like it over like a Grizzly Bear, so because flash is relevant. Viridian Emissary, an interesting effect when it dies. You can go search for a basic land card and put it into your library, or battlefield tap and then circle your library. Jade Mage, there is a kind of a rampy theme in here, but that's just a good mana sink for the end of the game, and it's good green tokens. So. Teamer Charger. This is the other. There's only 2 of the reveal color from your hand morphs in the cube. This one's pretty decent, 3/1, and then when it unmorphs, you target creature gains trample. So, Leaf Crown Dryad, 2/2 with reach, and then it's got Bestow of 4. Strangleroot Geist. This is the promo one or game day one. I can't remember which one. I love this creature. It's just spectacularly good in an aggro deck. Matsua, Tribe Sniper, some good anti-flying junk from Kamigawa block, and Arc Survivalist. It's got the Disenchant on the Unmorph for 2 mana. 2 mana to play, and it's a 2/1. So it's going to become a Japanese one right here, right now. Okay. Hair of the Wilds, pretty decent. 2/2 Death Trap touch, and it's got Ferocious. When it's got Ferocious, it becomes a 3/3. Ambush Viper, little green removal without having to fight. Nest Invader, just really like any of the token producers, and the Eldrazi Spawn are really helpful for ramp. Solihana Ledgewalker, like the Hexproof, like the pseudo flying or pseudo unblockable, whatever you want to say. Atarka Beastbreaker. Yeah, this is the 5 mana, and it becomes a 6/6 if you have Ferocious or Formidable. Sorry. Deadly Recluse, a little more green removal. Golden Hind, a little more ramp. Elvish Visionary, one of my favorite green creatures of all time. Just an elegant design. Should be in every core set, but whatever they're going to do to supplement, however they're going to do that with reprints going forward. Sakura Tribe Elder, Another great green creature. Thorn-Willed Archer. This is from Time Spiral Block, and it's basically just another Deadly Recluse, but it's an elf for whatever reason. So, and Garrick's Companion is the last of the two drops. 3/2 trample for 2 green. So a bear with a little more. Okay, over to the 3s. You'll notice that green is mostly creatures. That's just because, well, that's just where green lives now. Almost all the powers and creatures. Netcaster Spider. This is a card that I think should have been reprinted in Origins over the stupid 1/4 reach spider that got printed. Alpine Grizzly, just an effective beater. Reclamation Sage, another card again. Why wasn't that in Origins? Wizards. I mean, this should be in like a bunch of sets, so it's around in Standard as a go-to. Natsuko Shaman, a good suspend creature with some tricks. Here, one moment. Okay, I'm back. Give me one moment here. I had to cut off. Is that the last 3? Here, give me one more moment. Okay, I found him. Okay, so Civic Wayfinder, a little land searching. Uwenwald Bear, a good morbid, again, green-black. Can trigger morbid pretty easily. Wolfware Avenger, similar green removal, plus the regeneration is pretty relevant. Nyxborn Wolf, 3/1 trample with bestow of 5. Here, give me one more moment. Something just popped up on my screen that's annoying me. Okay, here we go. Okay, Borderland Ranger, kind of the same as the Civic Wayfinder. Central Wood Readers. Green needs things to do in the long game. Without it, there's just not a bunch at the common and common rarity, so it just gives green more stuff to do later on. Plus, it's pretty decent 5-color good stuff. Salt Road Quartermasters. This will probably get replaced as long as Battle for Zendikar gives me something good to replace it with. Eternal Witness. This will always be in the cube. Just too good. And Krakenora. Krakenora John taught me that this card is the Pauper Tarmogoyf. So never forget it. Never ever forget the power level of the Krakenora. Okay, so 4 drops in green. It's a decent amount of 4 drops. So we'll get those. 1 second. Okay, so back to 4 drops. Okay. Briarpack Alpha on Flash. Good trick attached to it for 4 mana. So I like that. Again, green removal is the tricks and stuff that creatures can do most of the time. Plus pump to some extent, but that's really now for getting through damage. Penumbra Spider, the only Penumbra creature in Modern. I think all of them could come back because none of them are particularly broken. I like that one a whole bunch. So Pester High Boar, good morbid ability on it. 5/5 trample creature for 4 mana with morbid. Teamer Sabletooth, Builder Teamer card, so super good. Wickerboard Elder, I don't like that effect for 5 mana, but with the recursion that things like Teamer Sabretooth can do, it's pretty good. Firehorn, more green removal, basically. Kelzalax Predator, more Eldrazi spawn, 4 mana, really good and limited for ramp. Llanowar Empath just got reprinted in Origins. It's been in the cube for a while. Green card draw, basically. And Druid's Familiar, one of the few soul-bound creatures because it's just really good. Okay, so over to 5s for green. Right, it's a decent amount of 5s. With all the ramp, you really want to be able to ramp and it gets some good stuff. Nessian Game Warden, some card draw, and a 4/5 for 5 just on its own, even if you don't have a lot of forests, but you're probably going to have some. Acidic Slime, one of the few ways to actually kill lands in the cube, but it just gives a lot of utility. Plus on its own, I mean, it's a 2/2 that touch with the ability to blow something up. So Nessian Asp, one of the few monstrous creatures, just super solid and limited. Garrick's Pack Leader, more green card draw. Whenever a creature, another creature with power 3 or greater enters the battlefield, you draw a card, which is a lot of green creatures. Giant Dust Wasp, green Suspend, so get it a turn early, basically. Okay, so 6 drops. Okay, so 4. Dirkvoid Baloth, another green Suspend creature. This one's not particularly good, but you can spend it on turn 1 and get it on turn 6. So, Brutalizer Exarchs, another way to interact with lands. It doesn't blow anything up, or it's tutoring. I love it. In my Silverblack Tron deck, it's just an all-star. Hooting Mandrills, a card that didn't really get the love that I thought it would, but green Black Delve is definitely an archetype. Howling Geist or Hellgeist, Undying, creatures with power less than it can't block it. It's a 4/2 for 5 mana, and then it comes back as a 5/3. So, okay, over to 7s. And of course, green has more 7s than most colors, just because, again, you want to be able to ramp up to something. First off is Maul Splicer. Golems get trample, and when it comes into play, you get 2 3/3 golems for 7 mana. Polka Worm, 7 7 7 7 7s, all the 7s. Okay. Siege Worm, mostly for the Convoke with the tokens that a lot of the colors can produce, and Wooly locks it on to increase the morph count. And then the only 8-drop creature, Walker of the Grove, because the ability to drop it for 5 and then Undying Evil it, Cloud Shift it, some of the artifacts enters the battlefield effects really nicely. But we'll talk about them more when we get to artifacts. Okay, so over to 1-drop instants. First off, Mutagenic Growth. This is one of the 2 Phyrexian mana cards that I think could get abused in the cube, because a lot of colors would pay 2 life for that effect. Groundswell, one of the best pump cards pretty much ever printed. Lines of Basswood, another really flexible pump spell. Ranger's Guile, mostly because I wanted green to have an edge in combat, and Hexproof to save creatures from removal, since it's got so many creatures. Gather Courage, free pump. Hunger of the Howl Pack, really good index that can enable Morbid. Giant Growth, of course. Maybe a little antiquated at this point, but still a really solid pump spell. 2 instants. Titanic Growth, so Giant Growth for 1 more with 1 more. And then Sprout Swarm for control type of decks. If you want to have a really long grindy game and win with Saproling tokens. Awaken the Bear is the only 3 Target creature gets +3/+3 and gains trample until end of turn. Okay. Become Immense is the big instant at 6 mana, but it's got the dull attached. So over to sorceries, only one casting cost Prey Upon. So a little green removal with the fighting and whatnot. Okay. Over to the 2s. Travel Prep. This is a remnant from when Heroic was all the way across green, red, and white, but it's still pretty decent. I remember it being an Innistrad block and being really playable and limited. Epic Confrontation, so Dragon Punch and Savage Punch, Bear Punch. So both of the fight cards from the Dragons and Cons. Okay, over to 5 sorceries. So we skip around in sorceries. 3s and 4s just don't have any representation because the creatures are just so much better in green. Incremental growth, so pump. Very much like Cone of Flame. A 1/1 on one, 2/1/1s on another, and 3/1/1s on another. So, as Limited Resources pointed out, you can put the 1/1 on your opponent's creature and put the 2/1/1s on one of yours and 3/1/1s on another one of yours if you don't have enough targets on your side. And then Bestial Menace, which these two feel like they're probably made for each other, because the Bestial Menace, you get a 1/1 green snake, a 2/2 green wolf, and a 3/3 green elephant for 5 mana. So, okay, almost done with green. Overrun, because I would not be a good cube owner if I didn't include Overrun, because it's a Mega Bomb. Okay, 3 enchantments. Rancor, again, I figure that's got to be an auto-include. Snake Umbra, Tone of Murmur, it has the Ophidian effect attached. And last green card, Moldervine Cloak. The dredge isn't all that relevant, but I like the ability for green to be able to get its tricks back over and over again. Okay, and that is all of green. Again, questions, comments, statements, anything you guys want to talk about in the comment section, let me know. I'll check it, respond back, and all that good stuff. Okay, thank you much.